Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your Leaf Buddy Wuukah dab of the day. Today is Saturday. Hello, everybody. Well, we've done a lot of talking about preparing, about getting a good attitude, just about doing everything we can to get ahead of things. In difficult situations. We've talked about it with our health, with our pain. We've talked about it trying to stock food and medicine. We've talked about it trying to manage weed apocalypse. We've talked about it trying to manage our finances. And we've talked about it trying to have the best attitude possible. So when you check off all those boxes, one after the other, you've accomplished what you set out to do, your goal. You've put it in the box, you put Jack in the box, back in the box, but you put Humpty Dumpty back on the wall. All the things you set out to do, you do. And you did. But guess what? Boom! Something else happens. Blah! Something else explodes. Kazoom! Something else drops. Zuck! The other shoe hits the floor. This is part of life. It's going to happen. How many times have you seen me say, oh, I fixed this, but now my back. I fixed that, and now this. Oh, now that's back. It's a revolving door. We live in a revolving door. What it's called is recapitulation, which means things just keep coming around again. It's actually an anthropological term, but things just keep coming around again. Just when you think you've tucked everything in, you realize, oh my God, there's something I forgot. Or there's, like I said, an explosion of something that comes that's not good that you have to deal with. So what do? How do we continually react and respond and stay healthy and calm when all these situations are pulling us? Even after we boxed it out or smoothed it out, curved it out, made it so it's pleasant. What do we do? Well, there's no easy answer for this because this is what life's about. It's like a snowflake. Everyone is different. So every one of these experiences, every one of these things that happens to all of us is going to be engineered a different way. Therefore, our responses have to be slightly different. The goal can be the same. Contain it. But reality is going to be different. It's going to be up here. It's going to be over here. It's going to be up there, down there, to the side, spread out. It's going to be like herding cats. So we need to kind of expect that, I guess is what I'm saying. And if you expect the best but prepare for the worst, you'll be okay. What I mean by that is if you think you're going to run out of something, try to get a lot of it. And if you think it's too much, don't worry. If you're worried about a particular thing, try to contain that particular thing and then move on to the next thing. It's very difficult if you had 50 things you're looking at to try to say, I got to take care of that one, this one, that one, all at once. So the best way I think to approach it is to approach things one thing at a time. And then when you get past the one thing, go on to the next thing. It's like cleaning a surface. It's like brushing your teeth. After you brush your teeth, maybe you wash your hands. You know what I'm saying? So there's a process. And these processes are kind of innate. It's kind of how you do it. It's not the way I do it. It's the way you do it. But you got to remember it's a process. There's no such thing anymore as one and done. There's no such thing anymore as I don't have to go look at it anymore. This is a world now of check it, assume nothing, and check everything. That's what this is all about. You cannot take anything for granted right now going on. Example, I do shopping from home, from supermarkets, and try to get a curbside pickup for Mrs. Stoner or a delivery to the house. But you're not going to get but half of what you order nowadays. The limitations, number one, and then they're out of it, number two. So I'm redundant. I have multiple days, same orders, knowing I'm not going to get it. But it'll fill itself in. So I have a rolling pattern of that, if that makes any sense. One of the things that I did as a businessman was rate of sale, stock, how much inventory did there need to be of a raw material to make finished goods, How much inventory did there need to be in the customer to take care of consumers, and how much needed to be on the water coming in, etc., and how much needed to be queued up for the backlog at the factory. There were 3 levels in a production process all the way through to the consumer. So that knowledge allows me to think a little bit further out when I'm thinking of shopping. Allows me to think a little further out when I'm thinking of my medications. It's very important that you don't think you have it licked by the one thing you've accomplished. Once that's accomplished, move it aside and look at the next one. This is an ongoing process. I don't want to use the word hamster wheel, but I'm going to use it. We're going to be on this for a while, okay? Until things get back to normal, whenever that will be. But right now, this is how we've got to approach it. Another little thing. Exercise. This is a sidebar. Exercise. There's a lot of things you can do without leaving your chair that are called ergonomic exercises. I use small hand sanitizers in the house. How about squeezing them tight 5 times for ergonomics? Okay? 4, 5 times each. How about moving them out to the right and holding them there? They're very light. How about putting them back and moving them forward? My point is, try to do some exercise. I get to walk sugar. What are you doing? I walk with a cane. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Cane and a mask. But I'm able to move one foot in front of the other foot still with my pain medicine and my cane and my back brace. And it gives me a little bit of life. If you can't, try some things like this. Grab something comfortable, whatever you like, whatever size you want. Okay? That'll fit in the palm of your hand and squeeze. It's called an ergonomic exercise. You know what it makes you feel? Alive. And during these times where the problems are going to keep coming, even though we think we've smoothed them and taken care of them, we've got to find ways to stay alive up here and in here, okay? We don't want to become Jabba the Hutt, okay? And it could happen. So we've got to keep our wits about us. This is very important. It's important for us to be thinking during these times. I realize that sometimes thinking means that you get worried about things. I didn't say overthink. I said it's time to be thinking. So let's keep our heads on our shoulders. Let's keep something in our hands to get some exercise going. And the thought in our mind that even though we finish the thing we're working on, there's going to be another thing to deal with. This is the Leaf Buddy Wuukah. Very nice digital piece. Beautiful colors when you're taking your dab on it with a digital readout of the temperature. One of the cleanest devices because it has a cleared path that you can see everything you're doing. Hope you enjoyed this discussion. Thanks for joining me today. Have a great day out, everybody. This is the Real Senior Stoner. Remember, there's always more to do. Stay in motion. Cheers.